Module 8, Promoting Communication. Welcome to the 8th module of this course. This module will help you learn and apply tips on how to promote communication in everyday activities. In this module, you will learn how to look and listen to understand when children are communicating to share and when children are communicating to request, how to create opportunities for communication in our everyday activities, and how to notice and respond to your child's communication. Lesson 1. Home Practice Review. Before we start Module 8, let's review the key messages and tips you learned in Module 7. Children communicate using words, behavior without words, and challenging behavior. Look and listen to notice when your child is communicating. Respond with words and gestures to all of your child's communication, even when it is unclear. Use words and gestures that match your child's language level. Wait to give your child room to communicate. And talk about what your child is looking at and doing. When responding to your child's communication, use show and say. Use a gesture, show, and a word, say. Gestures you can use when responding to your child's communication include pointing to the object, holding up and showing the object, and giving the object. Home practice. What you learned. Let's review your home practice from Module 7. You were asked to choose one play or home activity to do with your child, and then focus on your child's communication. Answer the questions below in your journal. What play or home activities did you try? What happened when you responded to your child with words and gestures? What tips did you find most helpful from Module 7? What things can you try next time? Remember, gestures give children another way to communicate. Responding to all communication, even if it is unclear or odd, encourages children to communicate and helps them to learn new and more complex ways in which they can communicate. Please pause the course here to write in your journal before continuing. Lesson 2. Personal Goals. Think about your goals and then, in your journal, answer the following questions. What are your child's communication goals? What will you do to reach your goals? Please pause the course here to write in your journal before continuing. Lesson 3. Fernando's Story. Helping Anna learn to request what she needs. As you listen to Fernando's story, notice how Fernando responds to his daughter, Anna. When he responds, he is going to add a word or use different words to teach Anna to use more words and learn new words. My name is Fernando, and I am a father of 2 girls, Anna and Roberta. My daughters are only 2 years apart, but they are very different. Anna is a slow learner, while Roberta is only 4 years old, but she is already more mature and can do more things than Anna. Having a daughter like Anna is not what I thought it would be, but I am sure no one feels prepared to have a child with a disability. I learned early that the most important things I can do are love her, accept her for who she is, and try to help her. I do not need to fix her. This is hard for me, however, because I want the best for both my daughters. The early years were the hardest. There were times when I did not feel well because I was thinking so much about Anna's disability and what it means for her and our family. Anna did not learn to say any words until recently, and she still gets very upset sometimes and has tantrums. This really frustrates me. It is hard for us when she cannot tell us what she wants or needs. All we can do is guess, but I realize how difficult it must be for her too. I have been encouraging Anna to use gestures and words by responding whenever I notice her communicating. I thought that I needed to show her how to use many words, But I realized that I needed to start at her level with 1 or 2 very basic words so that she could learn. I have really focused on noticing when Anna seems to want something. When I see that she wants something, I know it's important to wait a few seconds to give her a chance to request. If she does not, I can use simple words and a gesture to show her how to request. Even if Anna does not request like I showed her, I can show her one more time and give her the toy right away. I know it is important never to withhold food, water, or favorite items from a child. I think in the past I was always in a hurry, but Anna needs extra time to think. She is now beginning to show us what she wants and needs, and she is slowly learning more and more. Her behavior has been getting better, too. I am also helping my youngest daughter to improve her communication by adding more words when I talk to her. Lesson 4. Share or request. In this lesson, you will learn tips on how to understand when your child is communicating to share and to request, and how to respond to their communication. There are 2 main reasons we communicate. To request, we ask for something, or to share, we show or tell someone about something. Here are some examples of how children communicate to share and request. To share. A child looks at a car driving by and looks back at you. Or a child says, "Big dog," while looking at a dog. And to request. A child reaches for a book outside of their reach. Or a child says, "car," while looking at a toy car out of reach. Communication to request. Key message 1. Look and listen to notice when your child is communicating to request. One of the main reasons we communicate is to request. Ask someone for something. Children may request access to something, for example, by pointing to an item on a high shelf. Comfort or attention, for example, by reaching their arms up to ask to be picked up. To get a break from something, for example, by running away during an activity. To stop an activity they do not like, for example, by shaking their head back and forth while an adult is trying to brush their teeth. Or to continue an activity they do like, for example, by refusing to come inside for bed because they want to continue to play outside. Communication to share. Key message 2. Look and listen to notice when your child is communicating to share. The other main reason we communicate is to share. We show or tell someone about something. Communicating to share means communicating for the purpose of sharing your interest with another person. When you are communicating to share, you are trying to share an experience with another person. You may be trying to get the other person to notice something, for example, an object, person, or event that is interesting or unexpected. You may be trying to get the other person to notice your emotion about something that just happened, for example, surprise, fear, joy, or puzzlement. Communication to share is especially difficult for some children. Children may share something exciting or new. For example, when a child notices a cat, they may point to it. Children may share something unexpected. For example, if a child spills a glass of water, they may look at an adult and appear surprised. Children may share a favorite item, activity, person, etc. For example, if a child wants to share their interest in a favorite toy, they may hold it up and show it to an adult. Key message 3. Use everyday activities to create opportunities for communication, such as mealtime, washing hands, dressing, shopping, cleaning, and being outside. Gestures and words. Tip 1. Show and say. Demonstrate words and gestures that your child can use to communicate. When a child is quiet, you can show a gesture and say a word. You can show, point to something, and say what it is called. For example, by pointing to a bird and saying, "bird." You can hold up and show an object and say the name of the object. For example, by showing a child an orange and saying, "orange." You can also show when you give the object and say the name of the object. For example, by giving a cup and saying, "cup." Repeat and expand. Tip 2. Repeat your child's words and expand your child's language. When you notice your child communicating, say the same words as your child and add one new word. Remember, adding too many words can be confusing and too difficult for your child to use on her or his own. Try adding only one word. For example, if a child says part of a word, like wa, for water, you can respond with the whole word, water, and give the water. If a child says, "truck, go," you can respond with, "let's go, truck," and show the child the toy truck. If a child says, "car," you can respond with, "drive car," and point to the car. If a child says, "big car," you can respond with, "big red car," and point to the car. If a child has a broken doll and they say, "broken," you can respond with, "doll is broken," and show the doll. If a child asks for water by saying, "more water," you can respond with, "want more water," and give the water. Next, we will see an animated video clip. In the video, Neil's mom will show us how to repeat back and expand a child's language. The video starts just after Neil has chosen a bag of pretzels for his snack.
Open.
Open pretzels. Pretzel for Neil. Pretzel for Mommy. Great choice, Neil. Very yummy.
Pretzel.
More pretzels.
Opportunities for communication. Tip 3. Create opportunities for your child to request. Try these options with activities, food, or toys your child likes. Keep objects out of reach, but in sight, so your child can point or reach for them. Offer your child a choice by holding 2 items in sight but out of reach. Ask, "Do you want toy or ball?" Give one item at a time, or give small pieces of something while keeping the rest out of reach. Wait to see if your child will ask for more. Give, 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 wait. Remember, never keep food or water from your child. Give your child food and water whenever you think she or he needs it. When you are promoting communication to request, it is important to hold items out of the child's reach so the child cannot grab them. Grabbing is not communication to request. Opportunities for communication to request. Keep objects out of reach, but in sight. For example, on a table or shelf. Offer your child a choice between 2 items and hold the items out of reach. For example, do you want toy or ball? Wait a few seconds to see if the child will request one of the options. While you are waiting, look and listen for communication to request. If the child does not request one, that's fine. Go ahead with the activity. You might be able to tell which choice she or he is interested in by looking at her or his eyes. Next, we will see an animated video clip. In this short clip, Lily's dad will offer her a choice between watering cans to start the activity of watering plants.
Jen is offering Lily a choice of watering cans to begin a home routine they both enjoy, watering plants.
Which watering can, Lily?
Notice that he moves in front of Lily, offers her a choice, and uses language that matches and expands her own.
Give one item at a time, then wait to see if your child will ask for more. Give, give, give. Wait. For example, when playing with blocks, keep some blocks out of your child's reach and give them to your child one at a time. Give, give, give. Wait. In this example, a father is giving his son crackers from a plate in front of him. This is a snack that he knows his son enjoys. He gives 3 crackers one at a time. Give, give, give. Then he will wait to see if his son will ask for more. While the father is waiting, he is looking and listening for his son's communication. As soon as the father sees his son communicate that he wants more by reaching across the table, he gives another cracker right away. When the father gives the cracker, he uses words his son can use to request. Want cracker. As soon as your child communicates that he or she wants more, with eyes, sound, reaching, etc., give more right away. You do not need to wait for your child to try to communicate with gestures or words. Remember never to keep food or water from your child. Communication to share. Tip 4. Create opportunities for your child to communicate to share. This works well within a routine that you and your child know well. First, create a surprise effect in your routine. You could try something unexpected or fun, such as putting a block on your head rather than on the other blocks. You could use any opportunity of something unexpected happening, such as a loud noise from outside or the blocks falling down. Second, wait to see if your child communicates to share her or his interest or emotion with you. Third, if she or he does not, show and say, demonstrate words and gestures your child can use to share her or his interest. Then wait for your child to share in return. Home practice plan. It's time to prepare for your next home practice activity. Follow the tips from this module and remember to take notes in your journal. Choose one everyday activity that you will do with your child or involve your child in. This could be the same activity you did before or something different. Choose something you do every day or almost every day. When you do the activity, plan to spend at least 5 minutes noticing when your child communicates to share or request. Remember to create opportunities for your child to request and create opportunities for your child to share. You can create opportunities for your child to share by trying something unexpected or fun and seeing if your child shares it with you, and waiting, demonstrating words and gestures that your child can use to share, and then waiting again to see if she or he tries to use them. You can create opportunities for your child to request by keeping objects your child likes out of reach but within the child's sight, giving your child a choice between 2 things and holding them out of reach, and giving small pieces of something your child wants while keeping the rest out of reach. Give, give, give. Wait. Plan to create opportunities for your child to share and request during your activity, and think of opportunities to repeat your child's words and expand your child's language using show and say. Please pause the course here to write in your journal before continuing. Module 8 Summary. What you learned. Use everyday activities to create opportunities for communication. Look and listen to notice when your child is communicating to request. Look and listen to notice when your child is communicating to share. Show and say. Demonstrate words and gestures your child can use to communicate. Repeat your child's words and expand your child's language. Create opportunities for your child to request. And create opportunities for your child to communicate to share. Now we will see an animated video that will review what we have learned.
Hello! Parents and caregivers can help children with a developmental disorder like autism by engaging with them in everyday activities. To do so, let's learn more about how children with developmental disorders may communicate and ways you can engage them. Here is an example that Mary and her son Neil will show us in a few simple steps. Let's start by seeing what Neil is doing. Mary knows that when Neil reaches towards the shelf and makes noises, he is communicating. She responds by giving Neil language he can use to make a request. Mary selects a bag of pretzels and an apple from the upper shelf, 2 snacks she knows he enjoys. Mary gets to the same eye level as Neil. She presents the snacks clearly, at eye level for Neil to choose while saying the request out loud. Pretzels. Apple.
Open.
Open pretzels. Notice how Mary is using this opportunity to create a snack routine with turn-taking. Pretzel for Neil? Pretzel for Mommy? Great choice, Neil. Very yummy.
Pretzel.
More pretzels. Did you notice how Mary understood and communicated with Neil? Mary knows how important it is to 1. Notice what your child is interested in. 2. Be in front of and at your child's eye level. 3. Provide your child with opportunities to communicate by offering your child a choice, just like the snacks used here. 4. Use words and gestures that match the child's language level. 5. Show and say. Demonstrate words and gestures the child can use to communicate. 6. Repeat back to expand the child's language. As you practice this skill together, you can gradually build on it to help your child learn new words. Thank you. See you next time.
Thank you for completing this module. Please answer the module quiz and complete the feedback survey. After 4 or 5 days of practice with your child, you will be ready to go on to the next module. Remember to practice self-care as well. You can continue with the self-care activities you are already doing, or try something new before you start the next module. See you then!